All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Another day, another Chelsea news segment. I really want to focus on Trevor Chalobah. I mean, what an amazing story this is. And I don't think we've taken the time to really understand what an incredible rise this has been from Trevor Chalobah. And I want to take this opportunity today to not just go through his rise from preseason to where he is right now, but also I want to put in a little bit of a twist and want you guys to let me know what you think about a positional change. I'm not advocating for it. I'm just simply suggesting this with Trevor Chalobah. I feel like he's a very versatile player. And I want to see what you guys think about this, because I've just been thinking how to improve our attack a little bit more. And perhaps Trevor Chalobah's versatility could be one of the answers, not the only answer, but could be one of the answers. The other news that I want to talk about is, of course, Antonio Rüdiger. The rumors about Antonio Rüdiger will never go away until he signs that contract extension, or, finds that middle ground with Chelsea with that contract extension. At the moment, it seems like it's a bit difficult to find that middle ground. But we're going to start the story from Trevor Chalobah. This is the tweet that I had out yesterday. This is how all Chelsea fans feel about Chalobah. It's a picture of Rudiger and Chalobah, hugging. I'm pretty sure this was off the back of the goal Chalobah scored against Southampton, I believe. I'm pretty sure that's the one. And it's interesting because Chalobah talks a lot about Antonio Rüdiger in his development. And before I start showing some of the information about Trevor Chalobah, he apparently did an interview with Chelsea in recent times where he had a lot to say, and I want to share all of that with you guys. I want to see what you guys have to say about this. But let's take a moment to just realize his rise, right? Pre-season, I don't think anyone expected Trevor Chalobah to be part of the squad. I think everyone, when they first heard of the name Trevor Chalobah, probably thought that he's going to go on a loan. There's no doubt about it. He's a player that's penciled down to go on a loan. But this is the perfect example for a youngster, for an up-and-coming player, or not even a youngster, for any player that comes to Chelsea, whether it be a loan, whether it be a complete purchase. This is the attitude that you need to have, like Trevor Chalobah. He took every opportunity that Thomas Tuchel provided him. Good thing about Trevor Chalobah was he was lucky enough to start the preseason where most of the key players were not around. So he knew he was going to get game time. But the thing about Trevor Chalobah is he did not take it for granted. He completely took it with both hands, absolutely blew the performances out of the world, and it was building blocks. So he got his first opportunity, did well. Got another start, did really, really well. Then I think it was against Bournemouth where he really impressed, and against Tottenham, where he impressed even more. And slowly but surely, he just kept on building his blocks. Against Arsenal, he played really well as well. And then finally, he gets that opportunity before the start of the season, or start of the Premier League season, that match against Villarreal, Super Cup match, which was a crucial match for Chelsea. Let's be honest about it. We all wanted to win that Super Cup as a fan, as a club. And Thomas Tuchel trusted Trevor Chalobah to be the RCB in that particular match, because some of our lads weren't ready as yet. Azpilicueta, I believe, just returned back. He wasn't ready, to start for Chelsea in a Super Cup match. And Trevor Chalobah, in all honesty, was probably one of the better players in that Super Cup against Villarreal in defense. Made some crucial, defending moments, blocks, saves. Then he gets his first opportunity in the Premier League start. First game of the Premier League against Crystal Palace, where we won 3-0, and Trevor Chalobah scored and played really well. That screamer, we will never forget that amazing screamer that he scored. And since then, it was just going for strength. He was playing more often. And then obviously, as soon as Azpilicueta and Reece James came back, his minutes somewhat went down, but he was still used as a backup player. There was a time where he even came on as a lone DM in one of the matches. I believe it must have been against Man City or maybe against Juventus. I can't really exactly remember, but Thomas Tuchel did use him as a lone DM at one point as well. So And now in recent times, Trevor Chalobah, we are starting to see him a little bit more in the RCB role as well, with Reece James being injured, as Piliqueta's moving in as a right wing back, and Chalobah is coming in as a right CB candidate. And it's been incredible. His defense has been fantastic. His maturity. Look at this particular picture. I'm pretty sure you guys all remember this. Brentford was just moments away from equalising. It was a great save from Mendy, but then the ball was sort of just dwindling around in that box. And luckily enough, Chalobah was there in the goal line, making sure to clear that off. This is the picture. Now I want to go through his recent interview, which is great to see, exactly how he feels about Chelsea, who's impacted his career, and some really good advice for up and coming youngsters and whatnot. Let's have a look at this. Trevor Chalobah on playing for Chelsea. It's incredible. I used to be a ball boy here. There's a photo of me and Mason Mount when Lionel Messi was asking for the ball. From there to be playing with him, Mounty, it's a dream. He goes on to say, Trevor Chalobah and Antonio Rüdiger, he was the one that always believed in me. I used to talk to him about what to do to improve my game. I told him I was going out on loan. I told him what I needed to do. This is so good to see. Antonio Rüdiger, not only we need him to sign the contract extension or find that middle ground with Chelsea. Hopefully Chelsea can give him that, good package. Not only he's a great LCB under Thomas Tuchel, but he's so important for the youngsters, as we can see here. Trevor Chalobah goes on to say, on who has taken him under the wings at Chelsea, I'd say Tony Rüdiger. When he first came to the club, Antonio Conte was he's from Sierra Leone too. So Tony Rüdiger is from Sierra Leone, his background. Trevor Chalobah on his first Chelsea goal, my whole phone froze for a couple of minutes. I couldn't use it. I mean, he's got 2 goals for Chelsea this season already. One against Crystal Palace, one against Southampton to start the goal scoring over there. Trevor Chalobah on who he looked up to. Rio Ferdinand as a defender. He was the first player I looked up to. He did well to represent a young black Englishman. Fantastic to see. Trevor Chalobah on African players looking up to him. Looking at me now, it'll probably give them hope. I was born there, Sierra Leone. For all the black African players, there's a lot of talent. It's about them getting the opportunity to showcase their skills. Trevor Chalobah on the best advice given to him. Nothing is given. Nobody owes you anything. You have to do it yourself. I love this from Trevor Chalobah, honestly, guys. This maturity, this attitude from Trevor Chalobah. I mean, how old is he? I'm pretty sure Trevor Chalobah stats. Let's just bring this up from Transfer Stats. Just want to have a look at his age. I'm pretty sure he's less than 22. The maturity he's showing is unbelievable, in all honesty. Just have a quick look at this. Yeah, he's 22. He's exactly 22. As you can see over here, July 5th, 1999, 22 years old. So he turned 22 this season. And we'll come back to this in the transfer stats. I just want to show why I think his versatility could help us out. Great advice. I want to really read this out. This is fantastic here. Trevor Chalobah, my first loan at Ipswich. We were losing a lot. That's not something I was used to, but it's meant football. It's helped me grow. You aren't always going to win games. Then he goes on to say, coming from the academy, you're used to winning. We won the Youth Cup, the Champions League, winning a lot of games. He emphasizes on loan and how important it is. Going on loan was so important as a young player to get that experience. Those 3 years I had, I wouldn't regret it at all. It's what helped me be who I am today and get me to where I'm to get to. And then he goes on to talk about a whole heap of other stuff as well. I just want to emphasize here a little bit about the loan. Going on loan was so important as a young player to get that experience. Those 3 years I had, I wouldn't regret it at all. It was what's helped me to be who I am today. Look, guys, this is why I say don't disregard the loans. These young players, they really need to look at loan opportunities, go out there, learn your trade, and then come back and win your position at Chelsea. Look at Billy Gilmour at the moment. He's finding it difficult. And Norwich, he's not starting at the moment. I think for the past 3 games, he hasn't started. Conor Gallagher, on the other hand, starting every game for Crystal Palace. So, loans should not be taken for granted. You need to work hard. You need to then come back to Chelsea and take the place from there, just like what Trevor Chalobah did. For me, Trevor Chalobah is the blueprint. Players like, let's say, for example, even Reece James and all, they had strong loan spells. Reece James had a strong loan spell at Wigan, Mason Mount, Vitesse, Derby. So some fans need to come down when we talk about loans. It's nothing to be disrespectful about. Just want to quickly show you guys his stats. This is where I want to do a little bit of creativity here now. I want to show you Trevor Chalobah's stats from not this season. Obviously, this season, we all know what he's done at Chelsea. But last season, let's have a quick look at his loan spell at League 29 games played. Let me see if I can just increase that a little bit more. I think that's it. 29 games played, 2 goals scored, 2 assists. And as you can see over here, he can play CB, he can play DM, he can play centre mid. He's played a little bit on the right back position and right mid, but these are some of his predominant positions: CB, DM, CM. And I feel like this is something we could utilize as well. Look at all the DMs that he's played for. He played for, what club did he play for? What's this? Just trying to figure out who his club was. Where is it? Where is it? Anyway, he played for a particular French, I think it was, there you go, FC Lorient. That's the French club that he's played for. And as you can see, last season, a lot of the matches where he's played as a DM, heaps of matches where he's played as a DM. Now, looking into why I think, and as I said, this is just a suggestion. I'm not advocating for it. Something to think about. I want to know what you guys have to say about this as well, just to increase our creativity and that attacking prowess. I've got Chalobah as a DM here, and I want to surround him with ballers around him. Rudiger, Andres Christensen or Silva in the middle, Aspilicueta, Reece James and Chilwell. Then we can have a couple of attacking eights to help the cause, to help out with the attack. A second striker and Lukaku up front. Guys, let me know what your thoughts are. I feel like Chalobah can do this. He's very good on the ball. Don't underestimate him. There was a ball that he played against Brentford from deep to release. I believe it was Lukaku, who then dropped it down for Werner in this sort of area, and Werner skied the shot. Trevoh Chalobah is a very good player. It's going to take time, of course, but he can play DM. He can keep it neat. He's someone I've always said, and this is the tweet. I just want to quickly go back to this tweet that I tweeted out. People talk about transitioning away from a back 3 to a back 4. I rather us transition away from a double 6 to a single 6. I would love to see Chelsea get a sitter who is excellent on the ball, but equally good defensively. This will allow for 2 attacking midfielders to unleash help. So this is the idea that I'm looking for, ladies and gentlemen, that lone DM, single 6, surrounded with 3 defenders, Chilwell and RJ, lots of ball players around him. And as I said, I feel like he's very comfortable on the ball, and defensively, he can laterally cover a lot of ground. He's dynamic, he's robust. So that will allow for either a Ruben Loftus-Cheek on the left side, Mount on the right side. You can even have Hakim Ziyech, Kai Havertz. It doesn't really matter. You can have a Werner up front with Lukaku, and then you can have the wing backs really joining in. So want to know your thoughts about this Chalobah playing as a DM. Please comment below, everyone that's watching. Now, for the final news that I want to talk about is Antonio Rüdiger, ladies and gentlemen. This is from Adam Newson. First of all, Antonio Rüdiger has returned to Chelsea training today following his back injury. So that's great news. We've got Rüdiger back, as well as Malang Sarr has been doing. I've always wanted Rüdiger to be back. And with Malang Sarr's performance, it kind of makes me think, okay, you know what? If something was to happen to Rüdiger, at least he can come up as a backup, which is great. And I want Malang Sarr to continue like that. But great news, Rüdiger is back training. Whether he starts against Malmo, I don't know. Maybe we keep him, keep recovering, and meanwhile we can use Malang Sarr against Malmo. We don't want to disrespect Malmo. We need to win that Champions League game and make sure that we come first in that particular group. But this is the news, ladies and gentlemen. Chelsea insists on a renewal of Antonio Rüdiger's contract, but the defender is determined to leave the club. Look, this news simply won't go away, ladies and gentlemen, until we find a middle ground with Rüdiger. There's teams like Juventus, PSG recently. There's been rumors. Real Madrid has been hot on heels on this one. There's been talks about a few other clubs as well. In all honesty, Bayern Munich comes into mind. And I feel like Rüdiger, what he's demanding, I feel like it's somewhere around 200,000 a week, could be a bit more. I'm a bit worried that Chelsea may not pay him that. And that annoys me because I want Chelsea to keep him. As we've shown, he's not just an important player on the field, but off the field for youngsters. He's so important. But I'm worried, ladies and gentlemen, that he may leave. Chelsea may not find that middle ground with him. There are clubs out there when he's a free agent, and from January he can start, getting contract agreements. He can start talking to other clubs in January. And I feel like on a free transfer, it's easy money for rival clubs out there to offer him big money because they don't have to pay that transfer fee. I just hope that soon we find this middle ground. We're running out of time, kind of. We're entering November very soon. And once it's January, we are getting closer and closer to probably seeing this player leave. And it will really hurt me. A player that is on the up. And the worst part is we can't even sell him. He's going to go on a free, which is the crazy part. We need to find a contract extension for him. The term of it is going to be massive, how long the contract goes for. But I hope we find this. Let me know what your thoughts are. Do you think we're going to be able to keep him? Do you think he's going to leave? I would love to know about it, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you've enjoyed it, please smash the like button. Helps the channel out a lot, helps the video out a lot. If you're here for the first time, subscribe. We're getting closer and closer to 8,000 subscribers. If you're here for the first, smash the bell notification as well to make sure that you're in touch with all the content. Until next time, see ya.